RX7340, NS6010, DK4720, a CK2620, and a CX2510. Why are these all together? Why don't they have buckets? Let's move some hay bales. Hi folks, Mike Schramke and Jake Mahalko with Larry Stovesand Equipment, the world's largest
KIOTI dealership.
The world's largest KIOTI dealer. We are standing next to a clearly a round bale. This is a 4-foot by 5-foot round bale. The farmer that rolled it actually is one of our technicians. Thank you very much, Clayton. And we asked him to bring one in and pack it tight, make it heavy. And we wanted to see, you know, in a kind of a controlled setting, but a good setting to see what the tractors look like as they pick it up. You know, we'll do an RX and we'll go down to a CK. Let's even try a CX. We'll go all the way down from an RX 7340, which clearly could pick this up, toss it around, and re-catch it in the air, all the way down to a CX, which may or may not be able to pick it up. According to everything I've heard, bales typically weigh, you know, 1,000, 1,200 pounds. Clayton said that it rained for about a day and a half on it, and he said it could weigh as much as 1,800 pounds. There's no way to know, but that's what we know. We know it weighs a lot, and I just thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, let's, you know, like Mike mentioned, the RX is a machine that's clearly capable of moving this big boy. It's what it was made for. It's what it does.
It's a hay machine.
But let's see what the quote-unquote non-hay machines are capable of.
Because a lot of you, you know, you're not going to roll hay for a living. You're not going to bale hay for a living. But you may have 10 acres and a horse, and you get a bale, you know, once every 2 months to put you through the winter. And so do you need an RX to do that? Or can you do it with a, you know, more reasonable sized tractor? And this was Jake's idea. I got to hand it to him. This was Jake's idea. A word about the controlled setting that we have. As he's pulling up every one of the tractors, I'll tell you what the manufacturer, KIOTI, rates the loader capacity at. And when they rate them, as does everyone else, it's in the bucket, which these won't have a bucket on them. They'll have a spear. It's in the bucket with the bucket rolled back. How much will it lift? Flat ground, no driving, no turning, no going uphill, just truly what will it lift based on the weight of the tractor and the hydraulic ability. Real world situations are different. So you will be making turns, you will be going uphill, downhill, you know, and like you pointed out, Jake said to make sure to mention this, when you take the bucket off, everything changes. You're putting a spear, or same goes for pallet forks or anything you put out front. That's just it. You're putting it out front. The spear is 4 feet long. You're putting the load out much further than a bucket would lift it, if you could fit this inside of a bucket. And it's like a paint can. We could all pick up a paint can and we could hold it like this. We could even hold it over our heads. But how long could you do this with it? And that's what we're going to be asking the tractors to do when we put a spear on it.
Absolutely. I
know I'm yakking, and I won't. Let's watch the demonstration now. Jake's going to start with an RX 7340, which is a machine that is made to run a 15-foot cutter, a baler. It is made to be a hay machine, a pasture machine. So, you know, it's going to be obvious what this one does, but it's a damn sexy looking tractor. So let's start with that one.
Let's get to it.
The RX 7340 with the KL 7340 loader, self-leveling loader, by the way, is rated to pick up 3,300 pounds. Clearly a piece of cake. Yeah. Well, that was no challenge. Next up will be an NS 6010. The NS 6010 is rated to pick up 2,621 pounds. That's impressive. It's important to note that we don't have any ballast on in the rear tires of these tractors. We don't have an implement on the back. In the real world, hopefully you would have the tires filled and or have a heavy implement on the back. It would add a heck of a lot of stability. As I was saying, I hope the wind's not killing this microphone. As I was saying, ballast is everything. Counterbalance. You're picking up a very heavy load. You need something in the back to counterbalance that action. The next tractor will be a DK2720 SE. And here's a good time to mention that you know, this is a DK4720. It doesn't matter which DK it is, they all lift the same. It could be a 40 horsepower, 60 horsepower, doesn't matter. And the same goes for the CK lineup, the NS lineup. It doesn't matter. The tractor series will all lift the same. And the DK, I don't think I mentioned it, is 2,474 pounds. It's 150 pounds less lift capacity that the NS had. Here's where I think we'll find that it lifts great, no problem. The back end will get a little bit light, which is why you would fill the tires. Yeah, okay, or you know, put a heavy implement on the back like a box scraper. But that's impressive right there. That surprised me. I was thinking maybe the back end would come off the ground as wet as that bale is, but no, clearly not. So, booyah, DK series. Next is a CK2620 hydrostat, 25 horsepower tractor, but as I said, it doesn't matter. All of the CKs will lift the same as all the rest of the CKs. So whether you pick one that has 25 horsepower, 35 horsepower, 40 horsepower, they lift the same. This tractor has the KIOTI KL 4020C loader, and look at the size of the tractor, and what I'm about to tell you, if you don't know, loader lift capacity is 1,969 pounds, 2,000 pounds on a compact tractor. Now, when he lifts this one up, if he lifts it really high, it may lift the back end off the ground. Keep an eye on that. Again, no ballast, no implement. Okay. Jake is not an idiot. Jake is going low and slow, which no matter which tractor you buy is the correct way to move a hay bale, especially on the smaller series tractors. Low and slow. Okay, lastly, we are going to try a CX. Now, so far, all of the tractors that we've done have been, you could use them for moving hay bales. That's what they're made for. The CX is not. The CX is rated at 1,082 pounds. But what the heck, we're out here. Let's give it a try. Still got your mic on?
I mean, physically.
But is it turned on?
Oh, turn on.
All right, before we do this last one, so far, you haven't heard what I've been saying clearly, but I've reminded the folks, as you said, that we don't have any ballast of any, there's no counterbalance being used, and that's not what you would do in the real world. We highly recommend that you fill the tires with rim guard. It's 11 pounds per gallon. Water's only 7.5. 11 pounds per gallon. Give you an idea, that CK, the last tractor he just did, that compact, that had 610 pounds. That's serious weight. And if you really want to be sure and you really could use the extra stability, add to that a box scraper or a rotary cutter, and you're good to go. So this tractor, like the others, has no counterbalance. It's rated to lift in the bucket 1,082 pounds. So it is not in any way recommended picking up a hay bale, but
that's why we're doing it here and not at home.
That's right. Why not? Let's see if it even budges. I'm curious myself.
About to find out.
About to find out. Go on the ground. Will it go? All right, well, that's impressive. I'm not recommending you buy this tractor for moving a round bale, but if you have a round bale dropped off, I do believe you could move it from point A to point B. That is frickin' amazing. That thing is close to twice its rated capacity, and it's sticking out front. As we said, the rated capacity is in the bucket rolled back at the pivot pins. Let me show you what a pivot pin is. All right. That, at the top of the black part of the bucket, that's a pivot pin. So when the bucket is rolled back, all the weight would be at that fulcrum. That's the strongest, most capable place that the bucket can be. Clearly, with a hay spear, you don't get that advantage. You're holding it way the heck out here. All right, Jake, that's impressive. Let's do a few final words. Final thoughts?
I'm shocked.
At the RX, right?
Oh, yeah.
The 3,300 pound capacity one.
No, I mean, even driving this around, I mean, I know in previous videos, it seems like my new motto is low and slow. That was low and slow in a pinch. This little 25 horsepower tractor will move that 1,000, 1,200 pound bale.
If you get one bale per year, perhaps it would work. I had a CS, which is the smaller one than this. CS clearly in no way will lift a bale, so I had to roll it with the bucket, which is fine. It did it, but by the time you get to where you're going, it's all tore up. I don't know, you know, this is not designed for that, but this thing weighs almost twice as much as the rated capacity, and yet it didn't fall forward. Here's another thought about rated capacity, and this will be the last one. When Coyote or anybody else says that a tractor will lift 2,474 pounds, which is a DK, it doesn't mean at 2,475 pounds the tractor brakes. It means, engineering-wise, that is when the rear end picks off the ground. Now, you saw that clearly there's a margin of error there. We never got it off the ground, even with sticking it way out front. But to counterbalance that, wait in the back.
I mean, even this little guy, if like Mike was saying, if you need one a year and you really need to move it, even rim guarding this little thing will give you an extra 350 pounds of counterbalance, and that can go a long way with something large like this.
Believe me, we've done that here. We've been so close to being able to pick something up with pallet forks that we've had, well, like me stand on the back just to give it the extra weight, and you know, weight is weight.
Sometimes it's all you need.
Weight is weight. This was fun. This was a hoot. Jake, thank you.
You're welcome.
This was all Jake's, baby, and I'm always looking for content. If you've got content ideas, put them in the comments. I'm looking for content.
Yeah, we're in a controlled environment. If there's anything sketchy you want to see us try, let us know.
Sketchy. Anything sketchy you want us to try. Awesome. You know, I can do videos all day long on sale prices. Everybody knows we've got the best prices and the huge inventory that we always have. But these demonstration videos are, you know, that's what it's all about. That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
Thanks, folks.